This is Zachary Emerson for UTV-13 News.
Investment clubs have been weathering the economic crisis, and now they're coming up for air. Colleen McEdwards has more.
Past the food aisles, down the storage hall to the room on the right, a tight-knit group of investors weathers the worst market most have ever seen.
The treasurer messed up.
62-year-old Larry Reno started Mutual Investors of Atlanta more than 25 years ago with 3 friends and $100 each. The group meets once a month to catch up and fess up.
I was supposed to purchase a Medicis, Aflac, and PetMed, and just frankly forgot when the checks finally cleared the account to go back in and purchase the PetMeds.
But even with the occasional oops, Reno says his club is ahead of major mutual funds in this brutal financial crisis.
We have beat the results
The
Vanguard 500 fund.
Yeah.
It had lost about 3.4%, and our loss is only about 2.5%. So.
The club's portfolio is worth about $100,000 right now. Flo Duke has been with the club 11 years and keeps track of the books.
So instead of me depositing one-on-one, I would deposit $100.01.
Club members deposit money every month. That money buys them shares in the club's stock portfolio, much like investing in a mutual fund.
At the lowest point, Larry, how much were you guys down in your portfolio?
Around $40,000.
$40,000 down.
Which is only about 20%.
20%. It's still a big hit, though, right?
It's a big hit, but it's not as big as the big mutual funds that you see out there. Theirs are right at like a 40% hit.
Still, though, did anybody's spouses say, come on, what are you doing?
Oh,
get out of here.
Every month, my wife. Every month.
But they stuck to their strategy. Buy solid companies, dump losing stocks, and don't look back. Most members are amateurs, but a couple of veterans like Cy Lynch have worked in the investment business.
My compound annual rate of return is 17.3%. All of that's to be compared with our projected growth rate of 11.1%.
Guidance from a pro and the safety of a group is how these folks keep sleeping at night.
Let's not panic. Let's not buy into the panic.
At this national convention of investment clubs, people have come from all over the U.S. and as far away as Japan, even South Africa. Some are already club members, others are shopping around for one to join. Cy Lynch gives them a pep talk, and his optimism strikes a chord.
If you look at any given year, it's going to be up 30, down 20, and you just never know. And if you can weather the downturns, make it back in the upturns.
I think this is a great opportunity to learn more about investment, and also the market is very volatile. However, there's a great opportunity for investors, and I would like to capture that opportunity.
I'm not looking for the big scores, especially at the beginning. I guess maybe later on you think about the big, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about growing my money.
Participation in U.S. investment clubs went down in this crisis, just like the markets. But as stocks pick up, so has confidence. The Atlanta Club's top 3 holdings are WellPoint, a U.S. health insurance company, a Medicis, another health-related firm, and Oracle. The group has been boldly buying tech, reaping rewards from the recent run-up on NASDAQ.
How do you feel about the market now? I mean, do you guys all feel like the worst is over at this point, or?
I think we still have a ways to go, but we'll endure it. This club is strong. Nobody's sure how the market is going to run, but I think we're going to be fine.
Safety in numbers, a strategy for tough times and maybe for the next bull market. Colleen McEdwards, CNN, Lake City, Georgia.
World leaders are focusing on serious matters at the UN General Assembly in New York, but there have been silly moments as well. Gene Moss has the zaniest moments of the day.
It's the UN version of the red carpet, but instead of Brad and Angelina, it's Barack and Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Good morning.
Entering separately, and the biggest commotion comes when a rogue leader makes an entrance. Libya's Muammar Gaddafi had the press foaming at the mouth. But our #1 entrance is really a lesson in how not to enter. We We can all learn from the gentleman faced the wrong way on the escalator as he arrives with his delegation. At least at the UN, they're diplomatic enough to pick him up. Now, we think we've detected a retro trend, flashing the peace sign. Iran's president did it, and so did Libya's leader. But the kind of peace Gaddafi offered in his speech was a piece of his mind. Banging on the podium, though some managed to snooze through the harangue. In the hour-and-a-half speech, the Libyan leader took 4 drinks of water, went through 2 different interpreters, and tugged at his robe countless times. At one point, someone from his delegation passed up a note that people may have hoped said, "Hurry up," but which Gaddafi ignored. He symbolically ripped a copy of the UN Charter, then dumped it. He seemed fond of tossing things around. And you can bet President Obama was thrilled to learn that Gaddafi called Obama our son.
Congratulations to our son, Obama.
And we offer congratulations to the UN Secretary General and Argentina's female president for the longest handshake, 15 vigorous seconds. As diplomats streamed into the world leaders' luncheon, UN security had its hands full.
Back up, please, back up. Wait on this side. Get these people out of here.
But if anything got manhandled at the UN, it was Libyan leader Gaddafi's notes. They took an hour and a half of abuse, shuffled, reshuffled, fumbled, finally used to gavel his own speech to a close. Note to aid, don't forget to pick up his notes. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Well, Rachel, this has been a really bad week, flooding and everything. So can you please tell me and our viewers, please tell me there's not going to be any rain this week?
Well, I don't think there's going to be any rush for Noah to build the ark, but let's take a look at the weather for your week. Looking up for this Friday, we're going to have about a high of 85, low of 67. Some chance of those showers, but never fear. Saturday, lowering the chances with a high of 77, low of 62. Sunday, we're going to have round out your day with an average of about 79. Partly cloudy skies, but no rain. And then for your Monday and Tuesday, sunny skies, both averaging in the higher 60s to lower 70s area, so kind of cooling out for the end of your 5-day forecast here.
If you see news happening or have a story idea for UTV-13, give us a call at 678-839-6461 or email us at utv13@westga.edu.
Thanks for joining us for UTV-13, and for the rest of the news team, I'm Rachel Seegers.
And I'm Daryl Forges. Have a great week, everybody.